discombobulated at the moment. Can everybody hear me? Why am I in the... I don't understand why it's doing this. Can they hear me?
It looks like it. I could hear you when my volume was up.
Okay. Because I'm not showing myself anywhere. Hey guys, can you hear me? Give a thumbs up. Hey guys, can you hear me? All right. So, Munchie Mafia, today we are making smoked salmon dip. And what we have here is some smoked salmon that I got from our daughter-in-law. Her father gave it to us at Christmas time, and it's been sitting in my fridge, and I had a horrible craving for salmon. Yeah, I need the new link. Do we have a new link? Anyway, so we have the smoked salmon. We've got capers, garlic, chives, flat leaf parsley, sour cream, lemon juice, dillweed, onion, and cream cheese and sherry. So what we're going to start with is we're going to take care of the onion. And the onion is going to be cut in half, just like so. Get rid of the garbage. And we're going to do a fine dice on this. So peel this nonsense off, pitch that in the bowl, and this one too. So since we're getting so close to game day, I figured let's do a little appetizer thing. Plus, I had a craving for this. So this is going to be our dinner later after all this is over with. We'll meet up with everybody over in Discord afterwards. So we're just going to go along and we're going to score it or partly slice through it like so. And then we're going to go just like so. And then like so again. And, you know, depends on how much onion you like. I like a lot of onion, so I'm more than likely going to put the whole thing. This is a sweet onion. Okay, so there we go. There's that. Get rid of that. Get our little ramekin. And we're going to dump it all in there. So let's go to the other one. And don't forget, claw, and don't put your finger up here on the spine. Makes things a little bit unstable. Okay, so this onion is a little weird, so just got to go through and just do it one little chop and put it right in there. All right, so next what we have is garlic. And you don't have to put garlic in it, but I really like garlic. Yeah. What the heck? I'm only going to the doctor tomorrow, so. Oh, and a job interview. I got a job interview tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So I'll let you all know how that goes. Okay, so we don't have to be perfect with this. Just give it a rough chop. The reason why is because we're going to put it through a food processor with all the other ingredients. Now, before we start, what we want to do is we want to actually take a taste of this. I didn't smoke this. This was Kayla's dad, so I don't know exactly how much salt is in it. So we're going to give it a taste and see if we're going to need to adjust with salt or not. And we're going to need to adjust with salt. Um, that's lovely. Remind me to ask him what wood he used for that. So we're going to take this over here. Get my fancy schmancy thingy here. Turn on that. Sorry about the fan. 50-50 chance that our smoke detector could go off. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Still chewing on this salmon. So I want to do a shout out. I want to shout out to Derek of the Food Boat. He is going to a boat show over in Charleston on, I believe, the 26th. Is that right? 26th? Crap. I think it's 26th. If you go to his website, you'll find details on that. And yeah, so that's going to be really exciting for Derek. Yeah, we also have Polish Cha-Cha fishing. And yesterday he did a wonderful live making clam chowder. You should go check him out. Their links are on my channel. We also have Mason Hiffner as well. Hi, Mason. And he got a little bit skunked last time he was out, but we got to watch the rocket launch at least. So that was wonderful. And then there's also the Menorcan mullet. He's got some beautiful drone footage. It's just spectacular. It's like I don't know what drone he's using, but it's just really, really, really awesome. You got to go and check him out too. I think that was posted yesterday. Yesterday? Hi, Andy. And if you haven't been following the Menorcan mullet, he's been posting some stuff up, some updates about Captain Johnny and about Dora F and Little Lloyd. All the little trials and tribulations of what it takes to get fishing vessels maintained and when things go wrong. So what I'm doing with the onions is I'm going to give them a saute, and I'm using extra virgin olive oil, just a little splash of it, not a whole lot. So we just want to kind of move it around a little bit. Sorry if that was too loud. We're going to let those soften a bit, and then we're going to add the garlic. And then we're going to let those get happy with the onions, and then we're going to hit it with the sherry. Kind of contemplating if I want to do sherry or if I want to do whiskey. So I'm trying to figure that one out. Did somebody get the new link for the thing? Because I'm having problems with my phone. Oh, there we go. All right, so there we go. Now I can see chat. Should I go with the whiskey or should I go with the sherry? Whiskey or sherry? Go with the whiskey. Hi, Mason. All right, so what we're using for the whiskey, let's see here. I guess, well, the only other one that I've got is maple glazed donut. It's Sazerac rye. So this is going to be a little on the stout side, but it's going to be delicious. While we're at it, let's talk about pairings. This would be freaking phenomenal with Elysian Brewing Space Dust IPA or any other kind of IPA that you can get locally, in case you can't get the Elysian in your area. It's actually a local brew. Um, and it's just so yummy. If I had remembered to ask Timmy to pick up a can, I would have put some of that beer in this. Now, with this, you could also, if you desire, you could put some chili peppers or whatever. Oh, I forgot that I need something. What do I need? Whoa, everything's falling out. I don't know where I put it. There's so much stuff in here. It's just so packed. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it's right there. Duh. Okay. Right in front of me. Old Bay. Old Bay. Gotta have Old Bay. All right. So that's looking pretty delicious right there. It's almost there, not quite. And even though we're putting it in a food processor, I like to dice this up real small because this is going to go in last. Because we're just going to pulse this. We don't want to get it too pureed. Or maybe we do. I don't know. So okay. So now garlic's going in. Put my little dishy dishes away. How are we doing? Hi, Lizzie. Lizzie's our daughter. So. All right, now we're giving this a stirry stir and a little bit more stirry stir. We're getting a little bit of color on there. Sure, okay, we can caramelize it a little bit. Doesn't hurt. Just brings out the sweetness. Takes a little bit of that bite out of there. So Old Bay. Old Bay? Old Bay's the shit. All right, Drew. Whee! All righty. We're just going to let this burn off and reduce down a little bit. The culinary term is OSEC. All right, we're not going to get fancy and bougie here. This is just home cooking. Home cooking with the chef. All right. Wow, that just smells so delicious. I wish we had the ability to do smell-o-vision through these live streams because this is just amazing. So Timmy and I were talking and we're thinking about actually putting up a second camera and have it pointed down into the pot so you guys can see what's going on. And let's see here. What is next? I need a pair of gloves. Over there. All right. I don't want to burn my beautiful thing up there. Let that. Oh, let's just give it a little spacer. One more time. Oh wow. That was a good choice. Thank you so much, guys. That's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful choice. Okay, so let's see here. Let's set the chives aside for the moment. Get over there. Oh, get over there. No. Kind of hard to work with gloves, but I don't want to turn my fingers green. All right. So roll it all up. Roly, roly, roly. Foldy, foldy, foldy. We're just going to give it a rough chop. It's going to go into the food processor. Now, one of the nice things about parsley stems is if you make fresh stalks, you can put these in a baggie and just throw them in the freezer. But I'm not making any stock anytime soon, so I'm just going to put it right there. You know, all your carrot shavings and celery and your tops and scrap pieces of onion and so on and so forth. You don't want to put broccoli in there because that's just no, don't do that. There's just certain things that just don't work well. Okay, so next we've got that. Shoot, how am I going to do this? I guess I'm going to take it over there. Maybe. I didn't think this through, honey. Did not think this through. Timber. All right, get back up there. Go up there. Stay. Squirrel. Kahlua. Scoop that up there. All right. All right, so if the stream disappears, it's because this is a very old kitchen, and sometimes when you plug things in, we randomly lose lights and whatnot. That's usually if we try to run the microwave and the cat box at the same time. We end up losing half the house. Then we have to go and stop the cat box in order to finish up whatever we're doing in the microwave. Not that we do a lot of things in the microwave, just, you know, if I need to melt something real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so we got that in there. I think I saw skin. Yes, I did see skin. We don't want the skin. I would say this is probably about a half pound. See, of salmon. A little bit goes a long way. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just break it all up into this food processor and pray that it turns on. I haven't used this outlet in a long time, so I don't know. All right. So just break it up so you're not spinning big chunks in there. It's just whirling around and you're like, oh, screw this. You have to go in there and fix it anyway. So might as well fix it first and then deal with it. Okay, so this is 8 ounces of cream cheese. That's going to go in there. And it's best to let it sit out at room temperature for a bit so that it's softened and it doesn't cause any trouble. Okay, so that's that. I'm taking that off for a moment. And this is 24 ounces of sour cream, but we're not using all of that. Just use your best judgment. Okay, so, dillweed. Gotta have dillweed. And let's see here. Depending on how much you like dillweed, about a tablespoon, give or take. You can always adjust. You just can't subtract. So you can add, not subtract. All right. Next is going to be some salt. Now, there wasn't much salt at all in that, so we're just going to start with a tablespoon of salt. And spatula. Need spatula. And I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm just going to put roughly 12 ounces of sour cream in there and see how it goes. Sometimes I use it all, sometimes I don't. Oh, Old Bay. Now I'm a freak for Old Bay, so I'm gonna say a tablespoon and a teaspoon. Now I gotta turn this around because my cabinets go down too low. All right. Go. And it's gonna get loud for a moment. Or maybe not. Oh shit. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What the hell? My button's broken. All right, so all right. Yeah, that is the one that I dropped, isn't it? Don't I have the spare over there? I go through food processors like crazy. Seems like every year or two, I end up having to go and buy a whole new one because I blew it up or something. I don't know why that is. Can I have some spoons? Thank you. All right. So we're going to just take a look and see how that is. That's pretty good. Right there. See how it just kind of glops?
No, they can't see.
Oh, it just kind of glops. Now, when you put it in the refrigerator, it's gonna thicken up a bit because of the cream cheese. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, you could, even though I don't suggest it, use mayonnaise. And oh my god, so good. Okay, I'm gonna give it a splash of lemon juice. Okay, so that's what it looks like right here, like that. Oh my god. All right, let's see here. Get it all out of there. Yeah, if you want to get bougie, you could use shallot instead of onion. Or just not have onion at all. The other thing you could do is you can also make this hot and just put a whole bunch of like Gruyere or something. Gruyere is a good cheese. It's nice, and I'm gonna be suffering tomorrow, that's for sure. There's just certain times when I just gotta have dairy. And sometimes it's just totally worth it. And this is like so worth it. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I can put it right there. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna just give it a squiz, light squiz, probably about a teaspoon. And then we're gonna stirry. Stirry. Stirry, stirry. Get in my junk drawer. Now we're going to want to drain out the capers. These are also very briny, so, you know, when you're making that part, make sure that you don't put a hell of a lot of salt in there. Just lightly salt. Okay, because these things are salty. So depending on how much capers you like, I say about a quarter. And then, okay, I turned that off. Thank goodness. Okay. Now, you know what? It's really not a lot. Let's add just a little smidge. Whoopsie. That's fine. It's fine. There's no real measurement to this. It's just eyeballing it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so there's this and that. Get rid of that. Put these over in the sink because I'm not going to dump that in the bowl. It's my garbage bowl. So, well, let's dish some up. Huh?
Pot.
What pot?
Did you put the onions and stuff in?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Now you're making me think. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, my God. Duh. Okay. The best part right here. All this yummy goodness. Look at that nice golden caramelized color. Just going to dump it in there and fold it in. I was going to pulse it, but I don't want to deal with the stupid food processor that's decided to break on alive. It's like, wow, really? Like, oh my goodness, that smells so good. Oh, I really wish y'all could smell this. Okay, so I'm dump some of this in the dish. Now, a recap of the other day, we did pickled red onions. And one of the nice things about making these sort of things is that pickled red onions are a great little snacky thing to add to the dishes just to make them pop. So you get to see what they look like. Go in the fridge, get some onions. Because you can't have a nice smoked salmon and baguette without something with some acid to it. So there's that. And look at how pretty those are. They're nice. They got a nice, beautiful color to them. All right. And back over here again. Now, if you want, you could grill your bread. Here's our beautiful sourdough baguette. And I like to cut it on a bias, and the bias cut is like this. And I like to do them thin because I don't like having huge things of bread in my mouth. Wow, this is a nice baguette. I'm really pleased with this. Good job, Timmy. Good job. Also want to give a shout out to my mods, Tiger and Brian, and of course Timmy, who's sitting over there in front of me. He likes to stay off camera. He doesn't want to be on camera. Now, some of the other things that you could put with this would be like olives and pepperoncinis, other pickled vegetables, maybe some cheeses. Maybe some sopressata and salami. It's up to you. And some dried fruits, even, and make your own little charcuterie board for game day. All right. Now we're going to just garnish it with this because we got to have that. We got to have chives. Chives are wonderful. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you could make a sourdough bread bowl and put it in there, and kind of partly cut through it so it looks like a flower, like a lotus flower. All right. And there we go. That's it. That's all there is. Simple, simple. Now, you might be wondering, so I don't have a smoker of my own. Where would I get smoked salmon? What? I'm saying what they're probably wondering, some may be wondering, well, I don't have a smoker, so where could I get smoked salmon? A lot of grocery stores have some in their seafood case. It's not going to be that great. Some butcher shops might have a smoker there, and they could either custom smoke for you, or maybe they already have some that they've already smoked. Always check your local butcher shop first instead of the big grocery stores. All right. Set this over here, set that over there. And voila. It's not as pretty as I'd like it to be, but, for just a very basic little snacky board, darn pretty. All right. Get this out of the way. I'm going to pull up my stool, take off these gloves, and come and say hi to everybody. All right. And again, I left my glasses in the car. So, Mason, if I ever hit the lotto, I'm paying Chef Civi to cook for me, LOL. Actually, you probably could get me to come out and cook for you. Probably have a wonderful time, get everybody together and do up some big freaking meal and play some Cards Against Humanity and just be silly with all sorts of shenanigans. That could be a lot of fun. So, Timmy, would you like to try one?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Can you hand me a little spoon? Now, when it sets in the refrigerator, you can spoon it out into quenelles by just turning it with two spoons of the same size, and just dollop it on, and then put a little bit of that on there. And so I'm gonna give one a whirl. Just because I love salmon dip. So yes, it's a little on the green side, but it's very herbaceous. Perfect. Perfect amount of salt. Wow, that garlic. Wow. It's damn good stuff, man. I wish I could have you all over here to share it. So, story time as promised. Let's see here. Is Sophie in here? Have we seen Sophie tonight
She was here earlier.
in Main Girl? Oh, no, that D's is
That's my
Liz, right?
Yep.
It's our D's. So the way that Timmy and I met, long time ago, back before the internet.
Al Gore invented the internet.
Yeah, before Al Gore invented the internet, we had what was known as bulletin board systems, and they were these message boards that looks quite a bit like Discord, actually. You would use your modem on your computer to call another computer and log in with a username and a password, just like you do on websites. And there was no graphic user interface whatsoever. It was all text driven with ANSI graphics that did all sorts of weird stuff. And so we originally met, God, I want to say that was like 95, 94. And we chatted for a while. And then, we just, there was a multi-user bulletin board that was in Seattle called Chat. And so we chatted, and we never got around to meeting. We just a whole bunch of us were all chatting together in this big chat room. And so a few years later, one of our mutual friends was getting married. No, it was her birthday. Renee and yeah. So Renee was having a birthday, and we were all getting together. There was like about 35, 40 of us all descending upon the old spaghetti factory in downtown Seattle. And then we were going to a hockey game. And Timmy was supposed to go to that hockey game, but he got called into work or something. Or was that the rollover accident?
No, that was called in.
Oh, okay. So we never met face to face up until like, I want to say 2005, maybe 2006. Yeah. Whole other group of people. And we were all at a barbecue restaurant in Auburn. And that's when we first met. We never really put two and two together as far as chat was concerned, but he was also, I ran a bulletin board. It was called Beyond the Grave. And he was one of my members on my board. But we never really put it two and two together. And we had these group meetings once a month, and we went all sorts of places, bowling, which I broke my thumb in a bowling ball, mini golf and laser tag. Old Spaghetti Factory was always the go-to place. So we never really put two and two together until one day, several years later, I was home alone on New Year's Eve. And we, in between all that time, we got together frequently. We were friends, and it was very cold. Yeah, it was the furnace. The furnace died. The furnace died in my house, and it was also an old house, not nearly as old as this one, but it was also almost double the size. And so I was home alone with the flu, and the furnace died. And I called our mutual friend whose house I was supposed to be at um, for New Year's Eve, but I was sick. But Timmy was there. And I was talking to my friend Carrie, and I said, my furnace died and I'm freezing to death and I don't know what to do. And he goes, well, hang on a second. And so next thing I know, at about an hour and 45 minutes later, Timmy shows up at my door just before midnight, and he goes and I'm like, oh, dude, I totally forgot that this is what you do for work. And so he fixed my furnace, or no, he did a emergency patch on the furnace until he could get into a supply house to go and get the part. So he, you know, did some wiring to, bypass something. But anyway, so we sat around and we chit chatted for a while, and I felt like crap. And he basically sent me to bed, and he left, and then came back like 2 days later with the part in hand. And I tried to pay him, but he wouldn't let me pay him. Um, and then things things got kind of interesting at that point. We started uh, going out just casually. We didn't really call it a date. It was just casual. Go out and grab some food, and we were sitting at the table at my favorite Thai restaurant, and we were talking, and all of a sudden it's like we realized all these connections that we had over the decades, that we knew each other back then. And it was just so bizarre. And then so we started officially dating, and then he was staying the weekends, and then staying a little longer, and staying a little longer. And then we bought this house, and um, we planned our wedding a few times, but it got all the plans got canceled because we were going to just quietly just disappear and go and get married real quick and just do a quickie and then have a party later. And so um, the restaurant that I was working at a wine bar, and we had this dipstick that just couldn't create a schedule properly. And so I ended up having to cancel the wedding plans, or lose my job, which sucked. Then another time, I think it was, we were planning on doing that again, and Timmy got sick. um, so we had to cancel that. And then the third time was another work problem. So yeah, so we've been living together and unofficially married since 2008, 2007, November 2007. A couple months after we moved into the house, um, we had a 100-year flood, and it took out the whole, pretty much almost all of the backyard, and so we almost lost the house. It's pretty close to the corner of the house where the bedroom is. Almost went into the creek, but it didn't, thank goodness. But unfortunately, our neighbor 5 houses down wasn't so lucky. He lost a 3-car garage that was just built that summer. Um, it went floating down the creek, and so that's the story. It's kind of interesting, kind of funny. There's just some funny things that happened, some not so funny things that happened. But yeah, so that's the story. So how's everybody else doing? Are you guys wishing that you could have some of this? Let's see here. Anybody got questions? while I stuff my face full of this yummy goodness, I'm going to throw a little. Look at this. See, this is what I meant about doing things with these pickled red onions to just brighten something up. See how nice and pretty that is? Now, you could also do like the Easter egg radishes, really thin slices, stack it on there, and, you know, mm. TRP, yes, there's garlic in there. I sauteed it with the onions and caramelized the onions just a slight bit. I didn't want to go too overboard, and then folded it in with the rest of the stuff. What was the other question? Liz, I'll ask my question again. What is your preferred wood for smoking salmon? I really, really like hickory, but lately, it's been all about pecan wood. I don't know why. Yeah, because it's delicious. Yes, it is delicious, and that's what we use to smoke the Thanksgiving turkey. Um, so I hope that answers the question. But I did not smoke the salmon. This was a Christmas gift to us from our daughter-in-law's father. So I'm not sure exactly what wood he used. I almost want to say that he used apple. Kind of has that taste to it, but I'm not entirely certain. But hickory is very good. I don't like using mesquite. It's too strong, and sometimes it makes fish a little bit on the bitter side to me. Talk about my knife brands, Tiger. The ones that I have. Um, okay, I've got Dalstrong and I've got Mercer out tonight. I don't know where my Wusthof went. I think it walked away. My ghost in my house has probably taken it and hid it somewhere, and I won't find it until I'm like 74. Um, my preferred knife is actually this one here, which is dirty. Let me tidy it up a little bit. Let me see here. Where's my not so clean towel? Yes, knives grow legs and sometimes arms, especially if I'm throwing my knife at somebody. But anyway, so this one here, I actually received this set of Mercers as part of my award for the Chef of the Year. But I used to have this exact set a few years back. But I sometimes what I do is I try to change out my knives so that my hand doesn't start to develop like trigger finger, kind of like poor Timmy over here. He has no pinkies. His pinkies are like, eh, But that was a pretty good impersonation there, wasn't it? Um, so anyway, so I switched. So when I got these as a gift, I had already had these in my shopping cart. I was going to actually buy myself a new set, um, just because I like to change out every few years to different types of handles. The thing that I love about this one's the Genesis series, and they've got Santoprene handles, so they're pretty grippy. I really like these. This is like the next step up. I think is the Renaissance, and then they also have another set. It's called starts with an M. But anyway, those ones are actually kind of cool looking. A lot smaller handles. And again, when you go and shop for knives, the best thing to do is go someplace where you can try out the knives. As far as Deez is asking, yeah, Leroy is not smart enough to steal knives. I don't think that cat can remember to breathe half the time. That cat is so stupid. Left-handed knives. What are some knives better for left-handers? Not really, because these are usually when they come out of the box, they've got a certain angle. If you don't like the angle, you can always change it. Um, I think that Dal Strong uses 24 degrees, and Mercer, I think, is at 20, 21 or 22. I can't remember the exact numbers, but you can go and look on the tech specs, and they'll tell you about that. One of the nice things about the Dal Strongs is that they've got some really beautiful knives. They've got, besides just a very basic one like this, they've got this one that's like, just it's just really cool. It's kind of I don't know, Viking like. They're just really cool. You just got to go over to Dal Strong and take a look because they're kind of cool. But also, don't underestimate this one because this one is actually a workhorse. This and Woostocks. So let's see here. Oh, thank you, Sophie. I'm really hoping that something good comes of that one because I'm tired of waiting on the other one. It's a hurry up and wait that's just driving me nuts. But then again, at the same time, something's going to happen soon. I could just tell. Let's see here. Any other questions? Let's see. And thank you, Tiger, for the luck. And thank you, Mason, for the luck. Oh, is Andy leaving?
Sophie did too.
Oh, Sophie did too. All right. Yeah. I just didn't see them say goodnight. So good night, Andy, and good night, Sophie, if you're still hearing this. Huh? Oh.
Sophie was leaving.
Oh, I thought you said that, and Sophie too was leaving. Okay, never mind. Yes, you're here. So am I. Oh, yes, Mason, Viking like. Go and take a look. It's Dalstrong, DALSTRONG.com. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. Oh, every bite is just phenomenal. Sorry, I don't mean to chew in your face, but Tim's an HVAC man because that fire ain't burning. Which fire? Oyster. And I really appreciate all the love that you guys are giving me and all the support. You guys have been very supportive and very, very positive about this little culinary journey that I'm taking. I'm not normally a person that likes to talk publicly. A lot of my friends used to say, "Oh, you need to go on Hell's Kitchen. You need to go and get on MasterChef. You need to get on Chopped or whatever." I'm like, no, I have a paralyzing social anxiety. I just don't talk. I turn into a real dork sometimes when I'm dealing with strangers. I guess this is easier because basically I'm talking to a camera and looking down at the screen and seeing what everybody's saying. So that makes it a little bit easier. So hopefully, maybe I might cure myself of that and actually find out that I'm actually a social butterfly. I don't know. Liquid smoke. Okay, Liz. Liquid smoke. I don't like it. It doesn't taste good. It's really not good. It's just not. I mean, it doesn't even taste real. It tastes very, very artificial and very chemical like to me. It's very off-putting, stringent, just yuck. One of the things that I do have, let me go get it. I'll be right back. But at least I'm wearing a microphone so I can just keep talking to y'all. Where the hell did I put it? Oh my God, where are you? Where are you? Hey, honey, have you seen my smoking gun? half of my catering stuff that I keep in my car is all over my living room right now, as well as boxes upon boxes of stuff. Honey, smoking gun. Big box by the door. This side of the chest. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's my airbrush kit. Let's see. Maybe it fell down underneath this stuff. Let's see here. Oh my God. I just saw it the other day. I leave it out on the porch. Take a look outside. Sometimes I leave stuff out on the porch. No, I know I brought it inside because I didn't want it to get stolen. Oh well, I don't know where I put it. I'll find it. Actually, I probably just walked past it. It doesn't fit in that container. No, I don't know where I put it. It's not there. Oh well, it's okay. Oh wait. No. Huh. If you know where it is. She is very helpful. That's why we love her. Oh, so anyway, I've got this really cool thing. It's a smoking gun, and wait a minute, is that it right there? No, that's my other thing. Timmy's gonna go and look for it. He seems to think that he knows where it is. We've got a lot of boxes in there. Because in order to pack up the car with Christmas, we had to clean out my entire trunk and the back seat. Oh my God. I really wish that y'all could have some of this with me. Damn. So I'm not sure if our daughter-in-law is in here, Kayla, but hey, Dees, can you let Kayla know to drop her dad a message saying thank you. The salmon was delicious. Oh, awesome. Okay, so this is made by Breville, and it's polyscience, and it takes batteries. And no, I have never stuck green stuff in it to see if I could hotbox the kitchen. I would not do that. Thought had crossed my mind a couple times, but no, I don't do that. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the gun part. This is this part. This goes in here. This goes right here. And yeah, just like so. And I'll be right back yet again. This time I know where something is, so. Ow. Shit. Come here, you. Okay. Wreck-It Ralph is in the house. Okay, so let's see here. So this is another part to a smoking gun. Oh, hi Leroy. Can you hand me a glass?
Big one or a little one?
Oh, a little one. think I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so there's a disc right there. Ice.
Come here, little boy.
Meow. All right. So if we have a glass with whatever liquor you like, you can take this disc and you can put it right on top. Or maybe not. And then what I would do is I would do cherry wood. Take a little bit of the wood shavings, and this is made specifically for a smoking gun. It's like little things. Do you have a lighter on you, honey?
No. Oh, in my jacket pocket.
In your jacket pocket? Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to have a bet on whether or not I catch my hair on fire. Okay. There. Yeah. We'll just wait for a second. Fire. Fire. You got to turn it on first, Civvy, and not catch your hand on fire. Go. And what it does is it's going to fill the glass up with smoke, and also the kitchen. This is not the right kind of glass for this, but as you can see, it's filling up with smoke. And you can adjust the flow. There we go. And then give it a little twirly twirl. Whee! Pretty cool, huh? So there's that. So that's my smoking gun. And again, this is made by Breville. That over there. Hope you guys are having fun with all my toys. I got all sorts of really cool toys around here. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Brian. I just don't know. Yes, it would, Tiger. It would. It really would. Now, the other thing that you can do if you like this sort of thing is you could cook off some bacon and strain it through a coffee filter so you don't get any weird bits in it. And you can dump it into a carafe with your whiskey and just let it do its thing. And then just dig it out of there. But it'll actually give your whiskey or bourbon, whatever, or even vodka, a smoky bacon flavor to it. You can also do that if you don't want to do this. I like this because it looks cool, especially when you take it to a table. I also have a cloche, which I haven't used yet. So here's a cloche, and this basically fits over the top of a plate. It's got the little receiver right here, and that's where you stick the tube, and then you just set it on top of a plate. Might not work with my plates because my plates are kind of low tech, so it might not seal up. Yeah, see, there's a bit of a gap there, so you have to be careful with the type of plate you use to make sure that you get the right kind of seal. And so you plate your food up, you hook it up, fire it up, let it fill with smoke, take it out to the table, just like so. And then when you go to present it, you set it down in front of the person, and you just take the top, and they get the aroma. Um, very faint, smoke to it, but it's a scent thing mostly. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to use that. I've got two Masterbuilt smokers, so but this is kind of nice to have for that sort of thing. One of the things I always wanted to do was like a really cool creme brulee thing with some fruits and stuff and whatnot. What kind of meal would you put the smoke on? Just about anything, like sliced meats. Lately, I've been on a kangaroo loin kick. Yes, you can eat kangaroo, and yes, it's delicious. You slice it nice and thin, and you put it on your plate with all your other stuff, and then you can use that and take it out to the table and present it and lift the cloche up, and there you go. Smoky, smoky. There was a good view of the 30-pound cat.
Yeah, he's standing right there.
Oh. Yeah. Mew. Mew. So, yeah. Yes, ostrich is yummy too. I love ostrich. So, yeah. So I hope you all learned something. I will have the recipe for this posted. I know it's already on Derek's Discord for the food boat. I know it's already over there. But so if you didn't take notes, don't worry, I got you. But Mike, I want to say, Polish Cha Cha made, or actually Celeste made them. Celeste made the pickled red onions the other day, and they looked beautiful. They looked absolutely beautiful. And again, don't forget to go and look at Polish Cha Cha's video from yesterday. He made chowder, and it just looked absolutely divine. He did a great job. Anyway, so I guess it's time to go. Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm feeling a little bit shaky. So I guess I'll catch you all on the flip side. I'll have a good night.